Hello there. I was just mulling things over in my mind because I mentioned something last time in my God Does Exist, um, my talk, if you like. Um, Christopher Columbus founded America because they thought the world flat. Um, I don't know for sure for this. It's just something that's come to mind. If there's somebody out there could answer me, then that would be great. But my thought comes to mind is Ethiopia was mentioned, Asia was mentioned. How many geographical locations are there mentioned in the Bible? And how would they have known how to get there if they thought the world was flat? It's just an observation of mine. I don't know enough about history. It's about me putting my submission to somebody else that could fill the gaps in. If you can fill that gap in for me, I'd be grateful. If you can explain to me how there's different locations, geographical locations submitted in the Bible, and why they're there, and how people manage to get there, um, I'd be grateful to know. Um, but Jesus rode on a donkey. It's known he rode on a donkey. So Ethiopia, Asia, are they not far apart? He would have had to have travelled so far and would have had to travel globally. What I'm getting at here is the fact that somebody wrote a book back before the geographical locations could have been known about, if you like. There seems to be a lot of geographical locations, and if you think if God is not the author of the Bible, somebody obviously must have wrote it. I mean, is there proof that the Bible is that, the age it is? And the geographical locations are written in the Bible. So, like I say, if God didn't write it, then somebody wrote the Bible and they were able to put geographical locations in the Bible to speak about them, obviously. And I just read something in the Bible just the other day. I got it out and started reading it, and it mentions something. It says something. I don't know. I can't remember. I think it was Asia. It mentioned it in Asia in the Old Testament. So that's before Christ. Asia was mentioned in the Bible, which is a long way from Jerusalem, isn't it? Or is it? I don't know. I don't know a lot about geography. I'm asking a question if anybody can answer that. And Ethiopia is mentioned. I know Ethiopia is mentioned because it said something about a river of life or a lake of life or a spring that can give life or something in Ethiopia. I don't know how sure I am on that, but it's a long time ago since I read it. Things pop into my head. I go on them and I think about them. I might be right, I might be wrong. Help me out. That's all I ask. If you can tell me why there's so many geographical locations in the Bible when Christopher Columbus founded America and they thought the world was flat So how did they travel? They would have travelled by boat, wouldn't they? But like I say, Christopher Columbus travelled because he thought the world was flat. So somebody must have travelled before him to find places across sea, unless they travelled by land and there was no transport, so it must have been on a donkey. So it must have taken them a long time to travel to different coordinates on the earth, either by ship or by donkey. So just an observation of mine. Thanks for listening.